answering a question from one of our people who wrote in. Her name is Lauren, and she's writing in from Minnesota. She says, "Dear Bonnie, I've been watching your videos and love how helpful they are each week." You're welcome. And it says, "A few weeks ago you mentioned mastering the art of not taking things so personal. I struggle a lot with this, especially at work. What tips do you have to help me with this?" Well, Lauren, I would love to help you with this, and I'm so excited that you asked this question because believe it or not, you're not alone. The very first tip for you in learning how to stop taking things so personal is to recognize that when you do, it's because you've made an assumption. So what is an assumption? An assumption is when you accept something to be true or as certain to happen without any proof. That's right, it's the story we make up in our head. We fill in the blank with whatever story that we want to end it with. And so when we make these assumptions, literally taking everything personal. So the big thing is to recognize that, to challenge that assumption is the very, very first thing that you want to start to do. So recognize it and then challenge it. Two huge things here is because you have to recognize that that other person out there, whatever they said or what they're doing really has nothing to do with you. So when we can start to separate that and recognize that they're having their own unique experience separate from who we are and what we are experiencing, that's going to be a big differentiator. So what I always say is that I live in Bonnieville, population 1, and no, you cannot move here. This is my town, my ville. And what I mean by that is literally I'm experiencing life through my own perception, through my own interpretation, through my own experiences. This is completely separate from Youville, where you live. So it's important to recognize that every person you're interacting with is having their own unique experience separate from you. And when we think of that, we start to separate that what they're saying or doing is literally unique to whatever their experience is. And most of the time, even if they are emotionally vomiting on you, right? So when they're, projecting their emotions all over you and blaming you and shaming you and getting angry with you, that most likely is stemming from a place of them feeling hurt, them feeling not good enough. Maybe they're feeling triggered. So recognize that that has nothing to do with you. And when we can start to connect that, we recognize that life isn't really all about you. Even though you're awesome, it's not about you. All right, so the last thing, my favorite tip, okay, is one question I want you to memorize. You're gonna hear me repeat this in a lot of different videos because it's so important, and that is the Reframe Tool. So the Reframe Tool is this one simple question. Are you ready? Do you have paper and pen? Because you're gonna wanna write this down. Is what are 3 other ways I can look at this that means nothing about me? What are 3 other reasons why they just said that? That means nothing about me. What are 3 other reasons why that person just cut me off? That means nothing about me. What are 3 other reasons why my husband did that? That means nothing about me. When we ask ourselves that question, what you're doing is you're literally giving your mind options. More than one to be able to start to look at. Because when you make an assumption, you literally are fixated and focused on only one possibility, just one. And that possibility is most likely a negative one. When in actuality, your assumptions should be infinite. If you struggle with road rage, for example, when somebody cuts you off, you're immediately like, that blank, that person, I'm so angry, they did that intentional, honk honk, right? You're so frustrated. Well, here's that reframe question. What are 3 other reasons why this person just cut me off? That has nothing to do with me. Number 1, maybe they're having an emergency and they're trying to rush off. Number 2, maybe they didn't see me. There's many times where I've cut people off because I didn't see them. Number 3, maybe there's an emergency and they're trying to rush home. So if you're gonna make an assumption, might as well make one that feels good. Until next week, I'm Bonnie Kelly. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe to our channel. We come at you every single week with another tip to help you get your mind right. So go ahead and subscribe below and leave us your comments. and tell us about a time that you were able to successfully be able to reframe a situation and depersonalize. We'd love to hear from you. Until next week, I'm Bonnie Kelly.